Vian.
Je moet hierdie video zien. Ik heb nog nooit zoiets gezien nie.
Vian, how can you even watch something like this? Jeez.
Almal, kyk hierso. Ek moes eenvoudig net sien waaroor die bohaai is. Kyk net hoeveel views het hierdie ding.
That's a predator. A predator eats other animals.
Yep, and the prey is an animal that's being eaten by another animal.
Tota se gasia sama. I still can't get how a lion can eat a big buffalo alive, just like that. I mean, shouldn't food be cooked bilidijiwa?
Marang, nombre orujupuka, they're considered as consumers because they get their food from plants and animals.
I'm impressed. So you guys know about food chains?
Gogo, what are food chains?
Well, Marang, a food chain describes how different organisms eat each other for survival.
So you're telling me it'll be okay for a human being to eat another human being for survival? Gogo, ntshwarela mara ke tlhaloganya.
I need to teach you a bit about food chains.
Ijo, tota mapaisanele o itumetse gore re rute ka dijo gompieno.
Why don't you listen up, my friend? You might learn a thing or two about the cycle of life.
Okay, you two. Now just remember that food chains show us who eats whom. There are many kinds of food chains, but they usually start with the plants.
Ja, Gogo, plante is altyd heel onderaan die voedselketting.
Dis reg, Vian. Guys, how about you go into the wonder room to go and get more information on food chains?
Yes, Gogo. Yeah.
Okay, we know what to do.
Sorry.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Door to everything and everywhere. Open up and take us there.
Let's go sit down, guys. Okay. Marang, open the table.
Oh, get it tamikis. This should be interesting.
That's not just a toy. What you have there is a toy plant and a toy animal. Who can tell me what does that mean? Vian?
Voedselkettings begin gewoonlik met 'n plant en eindig met 'n dier.
Correct. Is goed, né? Wat tlhaloganya no?
Bikinyana.
Okay. I want us to watch a quick video that will give us a visual understanding of what food chains are all about.
Hi there, guys and girls. Today I want to teach you a little bit about food chains. In a food chain you get different types of animals. Some animals eat only grass, other animals eat meat, and then you get animals that eat both grass and meat. Examples of the different animals that you get in the food chain are herbivores, like cows and horses and sheep and goats and antelope. They eat plant material or grass, and they are herbivores. Carnivores are like dogs, cats, lions, your caracal and serval, which are wild cats, and they are carnivores because they hunt smaller mammals. And then omnivores are like pigs and bush pigs and even humans, because we can eat both plant matter and animal matter. It is very important not to approach wild animals. This little duiker is not tame, although she is very habituated, which means she's used to people. If you approach an animal that is wild, he might defend himself and hurt you. So never ever approach a wild animal unless you know them very well. How do we as humans relate to the food chain? We are omnivorous, which means that we can eat both plant material and meat. Some of us prefer to eat only plant material and others of us like to eat a lot of meat. But we are made to eat both plant material and meat. Please don't try and kill them because they have an important role in nature to fill. Just like we have an important role, so does the animals. Have a good day.
In ecosystem, plants and animals are connected in feeding relationship. Am I clear? Yes, sir. Plants and animals are connected in feeding relationship. Feeding relationship. We call it a food web. This relationship, we call it a food web. So now, what is a food web? Let's look at this chart. This is our ecosystem. Am I clear? Yes, sir. We've got animals, different types of animals. What is this? Lion, zebra, giraffe. These are the tourists, human beings. Am I clear? Yes, sir. Right. As we have already mentioned about a food web. Food web. Food web has 4 parts. The first one is producer. Second one, consumer. Third one, microorganisms. The fourth one, decomposer. We've got a producer, consumer, microorganism, and decomposer. Right. In here, we've got different types of animals. We say we've got a producer. Now, let's look at the picture here. What is our producer here? Plants and trees. Plants and trees. Plants and trees. They make their own food. Remember, they make their own food. Right. Number 2. In here, what is our consumer? It can be animals that eat plants and animals. Remember, a herbivore, omnivore, carnivore are also consumers because they can consume or they can eat plants and other animals. We've got a producer here. A consumer. A consumer, we say, are herbivores, they can be carnivores or omnivores. We said a producer is a plant that produces its own food by photosynthesis. Are we together? Yes, sir. Right. Therefore, a consumer is an animal that depends on plants, sometimes on other animals. After producer produces its own food, a zebra feeds on producers. That's why we call it a consumer. It consumes the plants. Am I clear? Yes, sir. Therefore, after consuming the plant, here comes a carnivore. Carnivore. An animal that feeds on meat. For example, a lion. Here comes a carnivore, a lion. It feeds on a herbivore, a zebra. Am I clear? Yes, sir. A lion died and a microorganism feed on it. It becomes decomposed. It breaks down dead animals and returns nutrients to the soil. Am I clear?
Food chains help us understand the cycle of life. First, we have the producer, and this is the plant. Plants absorb sunlight, water, and other nutrients from the soil, and they produce their food through a process called photosynthesis. Plants are the only living being that create energy for other living beings, while animals use up the energy. It is important to note that animals, unlike humans, cannot produce their own food, so that is why they are called consumers. There are 3 types of consumers: herbivores, like giraffes, zebras, and rhinos, amongst others, which eat vegetables. Then we have carnivores, which in time eat herbivores, like the lion, shark, or snake. Finally, we have the omnivores. These include human beings and bears because they eat dead meat and vegetables. Have you noticed that this feeding thing is like a train carriage? Think about it. The engine is like the producer, and behind it we have the herbivores, carnivores, and decomposers. So go back home and think about where you fall in on the food chain. Till later, bye.
Oh, yanong ka tlhaloganya.
Le nna ke a leboga.
How's bonga? So I told.
Okay, guys, let's see if you're really listening. Mvuko, what is a producer?
A producer is a plant because it produces its own food.
Well done. Vian, what is a consumer?
Diere is verbruikers.
Jy is slim, nee, julle is almal slim. Maar Ranyana o bolelela nna gore tshimologo le mafelo ya chain ke eng?
E simolola ka semela e be e helela ka phologolo.
Guys, you guys are so clever. Just give an applause for yourselves. Clap hands for yourself. Okay, now it's time for us to head to the kitchen. Let's go. Guys, I want us to make our own food chain using pictures. Distribute this. We are please going to cut out pictures out of the magazines and make your own food chain. I'm going to give you 10 minutes. And when it's 10 minutes, I mean 10 minutes, it's going to be done. Okay? Distribute that. Here are your scissors. And I'm going to count down from now. Ready, steady, go. Pleasure. Don't waste time, eh? 10 minutes is 10 minutes, not 10 hours, ne? Remember what you said food chains are, okay?
Yes, Gogo.
Yes. Remember, we're making a food chain using pictures.
organisms must our food chain have?
As many as you can have. It all depends. As many as you can have. Can you find something?
Yes, Gogo.
Let's see.
Are we allowed to page for each other's magazine?
Now that
No, that's your magazine. Use your magazine.
Okay, Gogo.
Viviana, are you getting something out of your magazine?
yes, Gogo.
Okay.
This is a very special one.
Is it? Remember, we are making a food chain using pictures.
Gogo, did you do this when you were young?
Yes, but I wasn't as smart as you guys. You guys are very smart.
Gogo, give it.
What's a food chain?
This food chain works like this. The grass, the producer's first. Then comes the grasshopper, which is then eaten by the frog. And the frog is then eaten by the snake. And then lastly on the food chain is the eagle that then eats the snake.
You are a really fast kid. How far are you guys?
Almost done, Gogo.
Okay.
Think Atile, Gogo.
Okatile.
Yeah.
Now can you explain it to us, Baba?
Well, these are radishes.
Yes.
And these radishes are being eaten by the bug, while the bug is gonna be eaten by the deer. And then lastly, the deer is gonna be eaten by the leopard.
Leopard. Ay, Nina Mara, nifunda yung speed. Kan je announce verduidelijk alsjeblieft?
Ja, die waterbokkie eet die plant en dan eet die leeu die waterbokkie.
Ah, mooi so. Guys, I think it's time up. Your parents are here. Quickly pack up your stuff into your bags. Le nako ga yo fo, ke solofela gore se le fetsa. Batsadi ba lena ke a tshepa gore ba setse ba gorogile. Ke a tshepa gore le itumeletse thata to make your own food chain. And remember, learning is fun. Until we meet again next time, same place, goodbye and enjoy your day. Pack, guys. Sanele. Pack your stuff into your bag, Mfana Wami. Let Gogo remove that from the table.